Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small with CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning, we do probate, we do it well. Today I want to answer the timeless question, do I need to worry about estate taxes? Before I get to that though, I want to remind you, if you have questions about this or anything else related to estate planning or probate and you want to talk with us over the phone or in person for free, you can go to estatemeeting.com. All right, wonderful. So estate taxes, something that we all know about, but we all don't know much about. And, it's a common question, so I wanted to talk about it. And the thing about being a Washington state resident is that you really have two estate taxes to worry about. The important thing, though, before we even get to the numbers, is to remember there are certain things that are counted in your estate for estate tax purposes that most people don't think of. The number one thing is your life insurance death benefit. Okay? So if you have a term life insurance policy for $1 million and you die, your estate is seen as having that $1 million in it. Okay? So when we're talking about the amount of assets that you have in your estate, it's really important to remember to count life insurance, the death benefits in that number. You'll see why. If you live in and around Seattle, it's going to be pretty darn easy to have to start thinking about or just having a sort of a ear on the ground, ear to the pulse of the ground, whatever that is, for estate taxes. So there are two estate taxes that Washington state residents need to worry about. Estate tax number one is the federal estate tax, like the United States estate tax. That tax, thanks to Donald Trump, whether you like the guy or not, is $11.2 million per person, which means unless you have over $11.2 million in assets, you do not have to pay any estate taxes. If you are married, you can double that number by checking a box when the first of the two of you dies. Okay, so if you're married, it's basically $22 million. If you are single, it's $11 million. Right? That's pretty safe for many people. But there's a Washington state estate tax that we also need to worry about. That number is much smaller. So that number starts at $2.193 million. And remember, life insurance counts. So if you have $1 million in life insurance and you own a piece of real estate in Seattle, you are very likely close to that number already. Okay? But when I say that, I also want to make sure that you, if you have a mortgage, you subtract that, right? So any of your debts get subtracted out. But when it comes to that 2.193, it's important to know that if you are married, you don't automatically get to double that. All right. There is an unlimited exemption from spouse to spouse, which means when the first spouse dies, you can give as much as you want to your surviving spouse without having to pay any estate taxes at that time. Doesn't matter if it's $10 million, $100 million, $1 billion. It doesn't matter. But when the second spouse dies, that estate is going to have to pay tax on everything over $2 million. There is a way to double that to 4 relatively easily, but that's sort of a topic for another day. I really want to just educate you about the existence of these taxes so that you know if you are creeping up to that $2 million mark or $3 million mark, that you want to start thinking about or exploring maybe ways to minimize or avoid as much of that estate tax as possible, or not. Some people don't care, and that's okay. I just want you to make informed choices when it comes to your family and your assets and all that stuff, okay? So the two important numbers to remember are 11.2 and 2.1. If you are over either of those, then you probably want to call someone. You can call us. We'll talk to you over the phone or in person for free if you go to estatemeeting.com. To wrap this up, thank you for your time. If you like this, hit the like button. If you know someone needs to hear this, please share it with them. If you have a question or comment, please leave it. That's it. I'm Christopher Small. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. We do estate planning. We do probate. We do it well. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon.